How about them Devils, baby? Big win against Pittsburgh Thursday night and a big matchup against the Rangers on Saturday. So let's talk all things hashtag Let's Go Devs with Devils beat reporter for NJ Hockey Now. He's James Nichols and he's on the line. My man, thanks for hopping on with us. I know morning skate and practices and all that can be crazy, but thank you for jumping on and educate the people. Before we talk about the Rangers game, let's go back to Thursday night. The Devils were without arguably their three best players, but they still managed to beat a Pittsburgh team that won their last five. So what were your biggest takeaways from Thursday night?
Yeah, funny enough, in talking to Lindy Ruff, he talked about how the team is going to have to be a little bit different without their key players in Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, and then last night, Timo Meier. However, the funniest thing about that is that they got back to the way they played all last season, which was constant puck pressure and curating that defense into offense. So they really just got back to their roots last night. They won all their puck battles. They made sure that no one was splitting the defensemen in the gaps. So they did a real good job defending, winning those puck battles, keeping up that constant puck pressure in all three zones. And it looked a lot more like the team that you saw on the ice last season, as opposed to the team that you saw, in the last couple of weeks that have been sputtering a little bit due to injury. So definitely got back to basics.
Great defense breeds great goaltending. We got to give my man some flowers. Vitek Vanacek, 21 saves on 23 shots. He's been decent at best this season. So was that the performance that really gets him going and we can see consistency now?
Yeah, I think for him last night was a lot more about the team in front of him than it was about him. Like, he's going to make the necessary saves that he needs to make. However, he's not really going to wow you and make those saves that, maybe an Igor Shesterkin or an Ilya Sorokin are going to make. So for him, it's more about the team that plays in front of him. The blue line looked a lot better than it had over the past couple of weeks. That last night, the return of Colin Miller to the lineup, which it was his first game with the Devils in his tenure so far, was really encouraging. He played really well in tandem with Luke Hughes, and the defense as a whole did a really good job limiting the chances for the Pittsburgh Penguins to just perimeter low danger chances. So Vanacek, as a result, was able to make those necessary saves. And as a whole, when the team is playing well defensively in front of him, Vanacek plays well in net for them. So when he sits in that sweet spot, 25 to 28 shots, it's usually going to be a pretty good night for Vanacek, and that's what they got from him last night.
All right, I'm going to keep an eye on that sweet spot going forward because I don't want to disrespect the man and say he's playing average at best. But, you can tell I don't know nothing about being a goalie. All right, they got a quick turnaround before they play the Rangers Saturday night. The Devils, they just pretty much wrapped up their practice. You were there. There any new news or updates that we all should know about?
Yeah, Jack Hughes hit the ice today for the first time since he was injured a couple weeks ago. He was labeled week to week, and initially, the belief was that he was going to be out month to month, but they brought it back down to week after some more encouraging results. And it looks like he's only going to miss 5 games. He is listed as a game time decision for tomorrow against the Rangers. However, if you're asking me and if I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, I find it hard to believe that Jack Hughes is going to miss that Hudson River Rivalry matchup against the New York Rangers for the first time since the 2023 playoffs. He loves playing against the Rangers, so he's a game time decision for tomorrow. But if I'm a betting man, I think he's going to be out there. As for Nico Hischier, he remains, day by day. They're still, monitoring his what I think is concussion-like symptoms. They haven't confirmed that, but it's an upper body injury. And Timo Meier remains out. Thomas Nosek wasn't out there today either. He was taking a maintenance day, and they hadn't said whether or not he will or won't be available tomorrow. So, we'll see, what tomorrow brings. But again, I know for a fact Hischier and Meier won't be participating, and Jack Hughes is game time decision.
Well, they beat the Pittsburgh Penguins down 3 of their best, so they could probably beat the Rangers. And the Rangers head to the Rock tomorrow night, Saturday night. They've won 3 in a row. What are your keys to a Devils win in that matchup?
Yeah, puck pressure is basically the biggest takeaway here. That's what they got back to last night against the Penguins. They're going to have to do that against the Rangers. That's what really set them apart from the Rangers in the playoffs last season, was just that constant puck pressure, winning those puck battles. And, the thing with the Devils is they're such a fast team that is a puck possession monster that when the stick is on their when the puck is on the end of their stick more often than it's not, that's usually when they're winning at their best. So that constant puck pressure, make sure that they close the gaps in the defensive zone, limit the Rangers to those perimeter chances because they have some guys who know how to get into those high danger slots and score from pretty close to the crease. But other than that, puck pressure, good defense, and that should bring adequate goaltending, and it should be a recipe for success for the Rangers. And then of course, if Jack plays, then they have that extra boost in the lineup.
Yeah, we're in for a show Saturday night at the Rock. It's Rangers Devils. James Nichols, thanks for joining us, my man.
Yeah, appreciate it anytime.